Well, welcome back to another Dynodaze video. A Cosmic Grey EP3 in the house. We're tuning it today on a K Pro, but there's a bit of a story with this one, so we'll catch up with Richard towards the end of the video. Let's do some power runs.
Okay.
Seats are a bit low in this car, so we're having to try and balance the camera a little bit. We'll have to try and sit still because it's wobbling.
Yeah, no good for dogging this.
No.
I'm feeling pretty small.
Yeah, this seat, yeah. So Grey EP3 came on Monday morning. He contacted last week, said he got a blow from his manifold, so we've got any in stock. Said, yeah, we can fit a manifold before we tune if you want, that's no problem. Obviously, we've got a workshop, so we could do that. So, yeah, on the ramp it went. And then the problem started. Was basically the thing. I don't know exactly, I sort of know what's happened. I think basically he's had a go at putting the engine in himself, and obviously with some friends, and yeah, they didn't do a very good job, if I'm going to be brutally honest.
When things are missing.
Yeah, when things are missing. Basically, we put it on the ramp, and obviously we started to look at the manifold, and then realised that the half shaft had no bolts in it, and was broken in half, like as in the casting part was broken in half. And it was leaking gearbox oil everywhere. Then we obviously looked a little bit further and realised there was bell housing bolts missing, and then a rear engine mount bolts missing,
and a front engine mount
bolts missing, and then a bottom coolant hose not attached properly. The clips weren't on properly, as it was about ready to fall off. And then thought, well, they put the engine in this, so now we've got to treat this like we're going to check everything that you would check basically when you took an engine in and out, because there's no other way of treating this job now.
But that's the important part. We have to know these things because it's going on the dyno.
Yeah, it can't be doing 140 mile an hour with everything hanging off it, can you? You just can't do that.
And also, you know, the customer's safety you know, I appreciate he drove here, but he might well have not made it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there was anything necessarily detrimentally dangerous in the sense like a wheel would have come off or anything, but obviously he could have lost the coolant hose at any point. He could have lost drive because the drive shaft was half hanging out.
No one wants to be broke down on the side of the M1.
Definitely not. So it was a case of, he was saying, oh, you know, he didn't know whether he wanted to take it away, and I was, well, I wouldn't, because obviously I can't guarantee that you're going to make it home sort of thing. It's probably best to just leave it here. We'll get the bits done on it, and we'll get it safe. So we've done a full nut and bolt check on it. Everything to do with the engine that we can see, even down to like inlet manifold, where had been inlet manifold bolt missing, it was hunting a little bit, so it was pulling a bit of air from that. We sorted out everything that we can see, everything, got nut and bolt checked, even checked all the clips, a couple of heater hoses didn't have the clips on them and stuff like that. So we sorted everything out, gone through it with a fine tooth comb, even checked all the suspension, made sure it's tight. I don't think they had touched any of that because that was okay, but just checked it anyway because it was going on the dyno, and sort of gone through it. So
it's made 200 wheel horsepower.
Yes, it has. So the end result is we've obviously been able to map it. The customer supplied a K-Pro ECU. Yeah, and like Dan says, we finished on 200 wheel horsepower. Real result. It's got a K20A engine in it, but it's got a standard EP3 inlet manifold on. It's got the Tegiwa letterbox airbox on it. It's got a 4-to-1 manifold. It's got a Tegiwa 70
Yeah, so we provided a 4-to-1 manifold and a Tegiwa 70 mil.
Oh, that was another thing. The custom exhaust that he had on was obviously damaged, and the flange was obviously the original EP3 flange, and that was going to fall then. And it rusted. It had almost rusted completely off. So we decided, obviously, we were going to put a new exhaust on it as well.
Indeed. Want to look at the graph?
Let's have a look at that graph.
Before this camera falls off
Yeah,
this
before
dashboard.
it falls off this dashboard.
So say it with me, lads. Red line is as she came in. Blue line is as she leaves. We made a load of power in the mid-range. Made some peak power. Finish on 231 brake horsepower. 200 at the wheels. A lovely car. Certainly a lovely car now that our Jeno and our Richard have put some bolts in it. So fantastic. If you guys have got EP3s and you want maintenance doing, or you want a nut and bolt check, or you want a health check, or whatever you need, give us a shout. You can drop us a message on Facebook, Instagram, or pick up the phone, go old school. For now, that's the end of this video. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you on the next one. Won't we, Richard? We will indeed.
Before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.